Well, my name is Anthony. I just want to comment about all this stuff I'm watching on MSNBC channel, Politics Nation, Andrea Mitchell, The Cycle, and all these other channels about the assault weapons ban. Now, I would like to first say that I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat or Republican, and over the past few months, I've gotten into politics, watching it and stuff, and I've sided with the Democrats on a lot of things, but I'm an independent. I am such because both sides have bullshit. I can think for myself. Now, MSNBC has been mostly right on a lot of things, about 80 to 90% of the stuff. But I feel in this assault weapons ban, it's they're wrong. Uh, the NRA released a commercial about, an ad about the president's children, and then MSNBC was the response. A lot of people have said they've talked to senators and say, "Oh, talking about the president's children is a no-no." And I was watching the episode on Andrea Mitchell, and she had a guest on the show, and she seems to just keep talking about the children point. But I don't think that they're trying to attack the president's children. All they're doing is stating a fact. How can the president sit on a high horse and tell me how to live in a gutter? I mean, that doesn't make sense. I mean, just look at Christianity or Buddhism. I was just, I mean, would they be as big a religion if, Jesus was a rich man or Buddha didn't give up his wealth? No. I mean, if you're going to tell me how to live in the gutter, you got to live in the gutter as well. Anybody can sit on a nice white horse and dictate how I'm supposed to live my life. Don't get me wrong, I'm for the background checks and everything else. I'm totally for that. But to actually ban the weapon, to me, is ludicrous. I mean, the tragedies that happen in Newtown and all these other places, they're horrible. Don't get me wrong. My condolences go out to the families. But a few people out of 400 million Americans, close to or almost that amount, is ridiculous. How many major shootings? Like 8? Whatever the number is, it's less than 20. Less than 20 people involved against 400 million people, and you're going to start taking away the rights of the people? The logic is flawed. If that was the case, we wouldn't have cars because people get into accidents. We wouldn't have headphones that go too loud because people get distracted and may walk into the street. I mean, the logic is absolutely ridiculous. You're going to take away my right to own a certain type of weapon because of what less than 20 people did? That doesn't make sense to me. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. I mean, I don't get it. It's just, it's crazy to me. I mean, the president gave a speech, and he was talking on and he said, "Oh, these are weapons of war meant to fight on a battlefield." Well, let's talk about that. What is the purpose of such an assault weapon? I'm not saying we should have light machine guns with 100-round clips, but if I want to buy an M4 for a store, I should be able to buy it. I'm not saying I'm going to walk around with it with a strap walking down the street with it, but I should have it in my house for my protection. I'm not like those crazy Republicans and talking about how, oh, we need to fight the government and all this other stuff. I'm saying I should have it in my house in case someone tries to break in my house with a gun. I mean, how can the president, like I said before, tell me that I'm only supposed to have a pistol or whatnot when his family is protected by men with assault weapons? I mean, don't get mad at the facts. Don't Democrats and liberals and even myself get mad at Republicans in Congress about climate change. There's facts, and then they still deny the facts because of their own biasness. I mean, the it seems like a lot of the people on the show are saying that, oh, we're talking about the president's children, and they are in fact avoiding the subject. Don't get mad at the fact. They are protected by said troops. They do live in a sanctuary protected by men with guns. Ignorance is bliss. This is absurd. Don't get mad at a fact, and then you call other people out for getting mad at a different fact. I mean, address the fact. Are they or are they not protected by men with assault rifles? Answer the question. That's why I'm independent. I see bullshit. I was just like, don't try to put a veil over my eyes. Now, I personally don't own a gun, but if I want to, I should go to the store and buy one. The purpose of these weapons of war, as they call them, is to overpower the enemy. I mean, what's the difference between war and my life? Because for me, to defend myself is war. Because my life's at stake, whether I'm in my house or in some desert in Iraq or Afghanistan. I only get one life, so how are you going to tell me how to defend myself? I want a weapon that can overpower the person coming in my house. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm a law-abiding citizen. But how are you going to tell me what weapon I should defend myself with when you are using the same weapons to defend yourself with? You say I'm only supposed, in New York they passed a law where you're only supposed to have a clip less than 7 rounds, I think it was. I was like, what kind of gun is that? I'm just supposed to have a revolver where any sort of gangster or criminal can have an illegal Tec-9 or Uzi and break into my house to rob me, and all I got is a pistol, and he's got a fully automatic weapon. I mean, like I said, when it comes down to it, if someone broke into your house and all you had was a gun, would you rather have a 6-round revolver or an M4 to defend yourself? I mean, when my life's at stake, it is war. Because I'm going to die. It's easy to talk about other people, but just like that famous quote, you can talk, I don't remember the beginning of it, but it's easy to say it when you're not the one doing the dying. I mean, that's not fair. Like I said, I'm totally for the the background check and stuff, but to deny what weapon I should use to defend myself when my life is at stake is ridiculous. Like I said, don't tell me how to live in the gutter when you don't live in the gutter. I mean, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. If you're going to give me a rule to live by, you live by it. Shoot. This is absolutely ridiculous. I can't stress enough that my condolences go out to the families of the victims, but once again, less than 20 over 400 million Americans is a ridiculous ratio to follow stuff by, because we wouldn't have a lot of things if you followed that ratio. That's all I'm saying. They keep having these guests on the shows, and then, like I said, I forgot the man's name on the Andrea Mitchell report. He was spewing a lot of truth, and then she keeps trying to cut him off. Anytime, they go against what you say, you try to cut them off and hurry them off the show. It doesn't make sense. What was the point of having him there? Just to say you had him there? I mean, like I said, I don't watch Fox News because they're crazy about it. MSNBC is more understanding, and they do it a lot less often, but they still do it. That's all I'm saying. Don't ban the gun, because it's really a question of power. If you want to really stop gun violence, how about you fix the issue of poverty in America? I mean, I don't. If I was living in the street, oh, I'm not gonna rob people just to rob people. I'm not Catwoman. I was like, I'm gonna rob people because I don't have money to feed myself. I'm not gonna rob somebody so, oh, I can get the new upgrade on my Verizon Fios. I can get that new Quantum instead of the regular Fios. No, I'm gonna rob people so I can put food in my mouth. That doesn't make sense. It's the same logic connected to the death penalty, which I don't agree with. Oh, the studies show that the death penalty does not reduce crime. Of course it doesn't. If I'm going to die starving to death in the street, and then I can either sell coke or whatever they do, and murder people in the process, so that I can live, and there's a chance that I may get away with it, I'm going to take the chance that I may get away with it so I can live than the certain death I face anyway. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to die on one side or die on the other. But the other side, I have a chance to live. I'm going to take the chance to live. I don't get it. Because if you were in the same situation in your house, you would pick the M4. Tell me you wouldn't. Tell me that if someone walked into your house with a gun and you had the ability to have an M4 and overpower said person, or have the same gun, then you would pick the same gun instead of having a better weapon that will put you in less danger. That's all I'm saying. Honestly answer me that question, and then we can have a reasonable conversation. That's all I'm saying about the matter. I mean, if anybody has any questions or comments, I'm happy to answer them. I mean, that's the whole point of an argument. A debate. I say something, and then you respond, and then I respond to what you said. Not you say something, and then cut me off, and that's the end of it. Bye.